All right, family. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasu Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasu Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the memberships is right in the video description, is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 steps to here we go. Redemption of the definitive black manhood, designed by the General, strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing course. You can get a preview of it by just clicking the link right there in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream, where brothers meet once a week discussing very powerful, vital, important information pertinent to our growth and development. Make sure you get over there and check it out and become a brother, become a member today. That's right. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessory for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out the catalog, shop and save, get that discount, shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the General. We talking about Omega voyages of the Nile, when Kemet ruled the earth, Nubia, mother of ancient Egypt, got that on deck. Black Babylon, from Naga to Nigga, African origins of the Hindu Kush, hip hop Holocaust. We got Black Illuminati. We got the Black woman is God, the making of the white man, and so much more. There's not another website nowhere on the planet that could compete. You should become a member today. And everybody know the General popping on Patreon. We got that fire. That's right. We got that fire over there on Patreon. Today, we got a hell of a lineup. I most definitely want you in the house. We got that Sun Wukong going down, the 72 powers of black chaos that's going down this evening, right around 9-ish. You feel what I'm saying? Also, we got on deck, we got the, matter of fact, let me get that in there. We got on deck, we got the Emerald Tablets jump off. Let me get that in there. Let me get the Emerald Tablets in there. That's right. The Emerald Tablets, DNA codes of the dragon bloodline, most definitely going to be off the chain. Do not want to miss it. And so, family, just click that link at the top of the chat and become a patron today. That's right. To all the family, donate to the General. Thank you. I appreciate you. The link, if you want to donate, the link is in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channel, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Here we go, family. They saying, Donald Trump then removed the statue of MLK out the Oval Office. It's been in there for some years now. It's been in there for some years, since they say since Clinton. They've been in there since Clinton. And so, Donald Trump then quietly just eased it right on out. Well, I mean, what do people think? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, he is who he is. They're just letting the motherfucker know exactly who he is. And we got to be all right with that. I know a lot of people say it's the people's when we talk about the White House and things of that nature and shit. But he ain't taking no goddamn. He ain't take that Ronald Reagan down. He didn't take none of them other pictures. The damn George Washington and Stankin Lincoln and shit. And they didn't take Stankin Lincoln down, but that's what it is. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna support their own, and so that goes along with the taking the Black History banning the Black History. You're mad, Trump. That's just all it is, too. You mad, and it ain't shit you gonna do. You gonna die, and your ass gonna be dust, and we still gonna be amazing, and the world gonna know it. So it ain't nothing you could do. Ain't nothing you could do. And like I say, a lot of people got a lot of choice words about Martin Luther King and this, that, and the third. And I mean, people wait until after the man dead and they just find any motherfucking thing. And if it is what it is. But, that's what they do. They didn't face the man while he was alive. And that's what's crazy. Motherfuckers wait 30 years to defame a motherfucker or come up with some shit. And, but when the man was alive, nothing was said about this shit. So you have to, do this in a period, in a time where the individuals are able to address whatever allegations or this, that, and the third. I understand that, but that's what it's about. Having given a man or a woman the opportunity to speak on whatever issues it is, and allegations and this, that, and the third, but his statue has been in there. He's been given a national holiday. Goddamn Abraham Lincoln and all the rest of them got their goddamn day. And so they got fucking legacies of all type of genocide, yet and still they can stay up where statues all over the United States. Don't nobody say shit. Don't nobody say a goddamn thing. Stankin' ass Lincoln or George Lion ass Washington and Thomas Jefferson. You see, got a secret damn room in his house and keeping Sally Heming and all of this, having mulatto babies and shit and all that. Nobody said nothing about Thomas Jefferson, And so it is what it is. See, you got to understand, these people they don't give a damn about what happened to us. So we have to understand that. And, and let them, be who they are. You can't make nobody, be, who you want them to be. You can't do that. You have to accept them as they are. That's what he is. You feel what I'm saying? That's exactly what you act like he's supposed to pick up the black man of the Nile and hold it up and say, oh, what an amazing book. Dr. Ben was the code. He's not going to do that. You act like Donald Trump is sitting up in there listening to DVDs of Khalid Abdul Muhammad. He ain't that kind of person. We know that. So, I mean, you have to let a motherfucker be who they is. You have to establish your own institution. You have to venerate your own heroes and sheroes and, your own ancestors. You have to do that. You can't get mad at nobody. Build that which was necessary to venerate your culture. Build your own building so it don't make no goddamn difference. Have your own schools, and so you could dictate what it is you want taught in your school and send your babies to your own school system. That's how it go. When a motherfucker get to doing that, that's what you do. Because we don't want to hear, and as you pull this shit, we don't want to hear nothing about no goddamn Thomas Jefferson. Pull that shit. We don't want to hear none of that. We ain't going to listen to none of that. See what I'm saying? We don't want to hear nothing about no world, and we done fought in every goddamn war. And hear this man family up out of Germany. You see what I'm saying? I would like to know if his grandfather was they all Nazis. And shit, he came from Germany. They was nationalists. Everybody that was in there at that time, I would like to know if he was over there during that time, because he would have most definitely been over there. How Hitler. You see, like old Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's a few more of them motherfuckers that was over there during that time. Come over here, Operation Paperclip, and brought all them scientists and all the IBM, even the motherfuckers that made what's them gym shoes? I believe Adidas was one of them. Yeah, they was Germans. What was the other? Well, it was two. There was two brothers. The one made one shoe, and the other one made the other shoe. Y'all know I had them up there not too long ago. Puma, Puma. Yeah, Puma. So yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. We're gonna check on that. We're gonna check on that. And so yeah, we this is so I see it as a reckoning. I see it as a reckoning. That's exactly what it is. He ain't gonna want to, and I wouldn't put none of them. I wouldn't put no Thomas Jefferson, no plaques or no statues or no damn the Jefferson or no Washington, no goddamn Benjamin Franklin, none of that would be in my. So I understand. Don't get mad at. So we living in this world, and you just have to do for self. Anything that you want and it's sacred to you, you got to be responsible for it. You can't expect other people to be responsible for the things that's sacred to you. That's just that's the mind of a fool to believe any otherwise. Say it'd be cool if he put him out. He ain't gonna put if he ain't gonna put Martin in there, you know damn well he ain't gonna put no Malcolm up in there. No, he ain't gonna put no Malcolm up in there. That just ain't gonna happen. Shit, they trying to erase the names out the damn books. And that's all right. But they can't do nothing because we manifest. We is that. And that's what's wrong with us. We got to make sure that all the books is on, these babies should have every one of our classic books right there in their school where they can go right there in their library and be able to access all this information, be able to go on the computer. If it's digitized, we need to digitize it and put it in front of our babies. They should, when they, we go to school, there should be all type of software where they could access all the classical works of the great scholars, and it should be taught right there in the schools. And it should be set up where they have to reference if they're doing papers and and that the teachers is reading from this literature and making lesson plans out of this literature and incorporating it into everything that is a part of Black education. That's just what it is. I used to do that. Yeah, I would take things and Xerox it, and when I was doing my rites of passage, my college program in Detroit, I would go in there and man, I was Xerox. Man, I didn't Xerox so much shit. I just say I'm gonna wear the goddamn Xerox machine now. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was in there Xeroxing things out of Black Man of the Nile, stolen legacy, black destruction of Black civilization, miseducation of the Negro. I mean, all that. I was just, even if it was just a page, I take a page of something powerful, and man, I'll make a goddamn 100 copies, and I'll pass that shit all over the damn school. You see what I'm saying? And you can see them damn Neanderthals and shit. They know they got a hold of it. You see what I'm saying? And you could tell them, but they couldn't stop me. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't stop me because, I was independent anyway. And plus, we is in Detroit. And so it was a majority, Black administration school. It was damn near 99% Black, period. You know what I'm saying? So you had a couple of crumbs in there, but, they couldn't stop nothing. You feel what I'm saying? And so, you could do that. There ain't nothing they could do. What they gonna do? The kids take it home, give it, even if they don't read. I say, you know what? If you don't read it, take it home and give it to your mom and daddy. Give it to your uncle and auntie. Give it to your big sister. Don't throw it away. Just say, if you ain't gonna read it, take your time, and read it. Take it home, give it to your mom and daddy. Do that. And so they would make sure they get some information. Maybe they'll hand it back down. You had to go where you could go with the knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. You could agree or disagree with this, but he died for his. That's true indeed. True indeed, man. He sacrificed his life. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah. He earned it. It ain't got nothing. You know what? Just because everybody is many doorways to enlightenment, as they say. There's many doorways to enlightenment. I don't necessarily ascribe to Martin Luther King's way, but you know what I'm saying? But he put his life on the line for what he believed in. And he felt that his way, he was a Christian. I can't hate on a man because he was a Christian. You see what I'm saying? But he was, trying to do some things for black people. You understand? And he realized that at a point in time that what he was doing was out of pocket. He said that. He said, I think I didn't what did he say? Integrated my people into a burning house. He said it. He came out and said it. I have integrated my people into a burning house. And that's really when he started moving closer to, Malcolm X, because eventually you're going to see what it is. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't going to change a motherfucker. So, so you ain't going to change a motherfucker. So when he started seeing that what they was trying to do to him, he came to realize it, but it just was too late. It was just too late at that time because he had too much of an influence on the world. And so, the things that he say, this shit it was power. He had power behind his words, no matter what nobody say. You see, and so, maybe he could have, went more to the Malcolm X side. And had some but some of the things that black peoples is eating on today come out of that frequency of what he did. All the the civil rights, whatever it was. How many black people they had to hire, or how many blacks had to be in the school. A lot of that came out of that. Yeah, a lot of that came. So some, people still benefited, you know what I'm saying, from some of the things that he went out there and fought for. You still benefited. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Okay. But let's see what, this sister has something to say about the Martin Luther King bust. Let's put it on.
Everyone is talking about artifacts, museums, etc. That issue has now come here. People are noticing that Martin Luther King Jr. bust has been moved, that normally sits next to the fireplace in the Oval Office. Well, the White House, the senior advisor, has acknowledged it has been moved. And guess where it's been moved to? It's said to have been moved to President Trump's private dining room just off the Oval Office. When asked if I could get a picture, they said, we don't take pictures in the private residence, in any private area where the president is. I said, okay, but let me give you a little history about that bust.
She, I don't know who she is. I'm glad you told me.
During the Bill Clinton years, the second term of Bill Clinton. And it has been here ever since. It's been in the library and the lower portions of the residence, and even in the Oval Office. Now it's said to be in the private dining room just off of the Oval Office. No pictures, but that's what they're saying here. But people have noticed it's been missing in the Oval Office.
Yeah, I'm glad you told me. Said, do you think we need to start a third political party? Let me put that up there. To represent FBA only. I don't, you know what? I just think black people need to practice black power. You see what I'm saying? I think that, starting a party because, you got the, we don't have a majority, but we have a majority in our community. You feel what I'm saying? In our own communities, we done been misled. Black people got to invest in their own goddamn community, man. That's just basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a simple blueprint. And I'm going to go over that blueprint with y'all soon. Okay? When we talk about, we're going to go over a message to the grassroots. You see, which really woke me up. That's like the first lecture, that Malcolm was my first teacher. I'm just going to be 100. Malcolm was my first teacher, period. I was listening to Farrakhan before I was listening to Malcolm. I was reading Malcolm. I hadn't heard Malcolm yet. I was reading a lot of his literature, and you got to hear somebody. You can read, but when you hear Malcolm, man, you know what I'm saying? And so I was listening to Farrakhan first. I wasn't a Muslim. I was just listening to Farrakhan. I was reading. I had all my literature, my Dr. Ben and this, that, and the third. And I hadn't even really met Doc yet. You know, I was reading Doc before I met Doc. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Clark. And so, man, I just happened to, man, I went into one of the bookstores and they had some tapes. And man, I seen the tape on Malcolm X, and it was like 3 tapes and I got it. And man, I tell you, that changed my life. Malcolm X, and a lot of people say that. Khaled is the man. Khaled is the man. Straight up. Ain't no goddamn doubt about it. Both of them is like, you know, is right there. You know what I'm saying? But when I was, you know, Malcolm, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, Malcolm is like goddamn MVP. Nigga Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna be real, that you know, just the articulation or the philosophy of Marcus Garvey and had, you know, and you know how he had developed it, man, how he took it all around the world, you know what I'm saying? But his how he break that down is like, you know, it's uncanny. You know, how he break, you know, politics and black power down. You feel what I'm saying? And so, yeah, you know what? We got too much. We need to invest in ourselves. We don't need to be fucking around with these people because they can have that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could, if you want to engage in the political system, I don't think that, you know, that's going to change shit. I think we'll have a greater, you know, a force of change in our reality if we start to invest in ourselves and take what we make out of, you know, the bread basket of other people and put it in our own bread basket. You know, it don't matter about the political shit. If you remove the economic base of what they have in our community, start there. Start there. Because that, I mean, that's just really where it starts. You know, you get these people out of our community that own businesses in our community, been racking up all the money, taking the money outside of the community. When we can replace those foreign businesses in our community with black businesses, and I had a chance to see it. I'm not that old to see it where people, you know, my mama and my daddy time and my grandmama, and they say everything was black. I got a chance to see some things. It was still there a little bit when I was younger to see, you know, black people were still owning a lot of the businesses, and you know what I'm saying? You know, the black man owned the TV shop, you know, selling TV, you know, the bakeries and you know, a lot of the stores around there. I was able to see a little bit of that. You know, it was going out of there then when I was coming up, but I got an opportunity to see that. But when it was segregated, we had that. We didn't have the shit that where everybody owned. We have to get back to the basics, man. It ain't about, you know, the shit that we doing. Our foremothers and forefathers was agriculturalists. They was into the herbs. They was agriculturalists. They knew how to can. They knew how to preserve a lot of that. You know, we didn't lost totally all the fucking knowledge. So we you know, coming over here being brainwashed by these Neanderthals, we look down on that. Niggas wanted to go to the university and get them a degree. They lost the knowledge of the agriculture. They lost the knowledge of the herbs and things of that nature. They lost the knowledge how to preserve the meat, and they lost and preserve the fruits and shit and can and all of that. You know, we lost that. You see, so now we got to get back to that. Fuck the you know, all the, you know, finagling with these motherfuckers. Get that knowledge back on how to feed ourselves and get that knowledge back, build our own houses, own our own businesses in our community. That's what and they can have that shit. Fuck them. They can have, yeah, we can influence it, but it's not going to change that, what I just explained to you. It's not going, they not going to do, you're going to have to do that for yourself anyway. So regardless to whether, if you bringing all your dollars back, they going to want to, shit, they going to bow down to you. because they know you got power now. You see, you don't need their ass for shit. And that's really what it's going to boil down to. You feel me? All right, education or not. Shit, education is knowing you got to do for self. You can go up there and get all the motherfucking degrees you want to. Motherfucker be in there flipping burgers at McDonald's some goddamn where. You feel what I'm saying? That don't mean you've been trained. It's a difference in being educated and being trained. Okay? Yeah. It's a difference in being educated and being trained. There's a big difference. All right, family, I'll get black with you in a little bit later. Let me get a rest, and I'll probably be back. You know how I do. A little later with some fire. Arm yourself with knowledge. Get over there to Patreon. Click that link. That's right, family. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you a little later. Black Power.